cold morning here in Tennessee. Important morning. Lowe's is here. What does that mean? It means Miss Laurel Lee bought pretty much a whole house. Water heater, washer and dryer, refrigerator, stove, vanities, kitchen sink, a few other things, but like it's all getting delivered today. So it's like this epic excursion happening here in Tennessee with the big truck here, and you can see them loading it in. And just another big day here in Tennessee. Lots of stuff happening, right? Lots of big things happening here. So big things happening. Washer and dryer in one of them. See the guys unloaded it here. It's another beautiful, crisp fall morning here in Tennessee, and another important day, very important day, is that you're having gutters put on the houses today. Super exciting. Why is this exciting? This is exciting because we're doing rainwater catchment for the water here, because we're too high up. The bedrock is solid rock, so we can't really do well here. So we're going to be using rainwater catchment off the roofs into a 1,000-gallon cistern, which you saw. I'll show a quick video of it being put in the ground, and eventually that's how we're going to have our water here in Tennessee. So for the moment, we're going to be capturing water off the gutters of the houses, and it's going to go into water cisterns, and temporarily we're just going to pump from that into the house, and eventually the 1,000-gallon cistern, like I showed you, for the long-term process. So with that, I'm just sort of stumbling through here. It's kind of early morning, still get my bearings. But regardless, that crew will be showing up shortly to help us get the rain gutters on the roof. So super exciting, and let's go. So one thing we had to do to prepare for the gutters to be put on is you see this 2x6 that runs the length of the house. We have that on all of our houses, right, on both sides. You can see, and what that is these buildings weren't necessarily designed for gutters because they're just sheds. And so what we did was we put this stringer of these 2x6s up so the gutters can be strapped to the side of the house to catch the water. And so the plan is to have one, this is the studio house. We're gonna have one cistern, like a 50-gallon here, which will eventually we'll pump it over, and this is the main house. And have both sides of the house dump over into a central. This cistern here is going to get put in the middle. We'll pump from that, and then the main cistern is in the ground eventually. Like I said, we'll get to that one eventually. This beyond here on the ground there. So that's the plan. So like I said, when they show up, getting gutters on, and that's the next step. the gutters are getting on there. First one on, as you saw. And just as a clip to show, one thing I love about these seamless gutters is Misc rolls it out, like the sheet metal, they roll it all out in one piece like that. It's just such a cool concept. And I was telling these guys, whoever came up with that idea is a genius. He's a fart smeller. I mean, he's a smart feller, you know. And thank God for smart people in the world, right? There it is. this is the solution for the moment right here. What we're going to be doing is, this is the 300 something like that gallon cistern. As you can see, one rain leader here coming from this side of the roof. This white downspouts coming from the other side of the roof, and they're going to collect here. These are just stubbed down, as you can see. I'm going to be putting a Y branch in here, right, and then dumping it into here, and then this is going to be one of the first water captures that we use for the water tanks. Eventually it's going to be, you know, that cistern in the ground there is eventually going to go in there, but for right now, this is this side here, right? That's how we're going to be collecting the rain here, and he says 90. We'll put all that together, right? I'll do that in time. And then the other house, as you saw, maybe you didn't, but you're about to, is this is what we did here, right? So there is these two pipes coming down here. Again, we're gonna have another rain barrel here, and then when in time we'll pump it to the other one. That's the solution that we came up with to do rain capture for these roofs. You know, is it the best solution? No, but it's one of the easier ones to do. So anyway, that's kind of fun. The gutters are up on the roof now. I can't believe it. And these guys are back here, they're packing up now. Been a beautiful long day of them getting that stuff on here, but one more thing done. It's super exciting to have one more thing done. Yeah, just great. And here again, over my head, you can see that pipe. That's going to the rain barrel we just looked at. And it picks up here, runs down the length of the house. And you can see it's doing the same thing on the other house over there, right? Just coming across the back, tying into the rain gutter, or into the rain barrel, right? And there's the other house. I love how simple and clean these lines are with these gutters, right? It's like all that work that I did to get those boards up there. Now they're clean white lines with the gutters, and yeah, just appreciating. Here's a view that you've seen a few times of the courtyard, right? Just this beautiful, and this in time is going to be a courtyard of music, of fire pits, of gathering, of fun, of love, right? And so whatever it may be, but either way, the sun illuminates me one more time. Anyway, this has been great. We'll see what the next project is, but this was a huge one, excuse me, to get completed, to have the gutters put up. Now we can actually capture rain, which is huge. The next major thing that's going to happen is going to be electrical. And hopefully that'll be happening sooner than later. We'll find out. All right. To quote Mickey Redmond from the Red Wings, we're going to pause for a station identification to just check in. A lot of stuff has happened here on the property, right? So many things. I've been capturing it in part and parcel. I'm not really documenting my work so much. I'm documenting trades work, which you've seen interspersed here so far. Again, to recap, there's been gutters that have been put on. The deliveries of appliances, this video here, I said earlier, you know, the Lowe's people came and delivered a whole bunch of all the appliances that we need for the property. Other big thing was we did get the water cisterns in. So this is the 150-gallon one here, which has not been put in yet, but I'm just sort of doing like a pause to check where we are, right? And the 300-gallon tank, or 275, I forget what it is, but as you can see, it's hooked up pretty well here. It's not the permanent solution, but that's basically both gutters from both sides of this house. This house here, this is the main house, are being hooked up to, and as you can see, there's a good chunk of water in there. We've had some rain over the last few days, so that's huge, right? That's awesome. And like you saw here, I haven't put it in yet, but that's the 50-gallon tank, which is going to pick up this house. The other big thing is, you can see these ladders here. I just got done hooking up the wood stove yesterday or 2 days ago. So we actually have a wood stove functional in the studio apartment, the studio house where Laurel is sleeping, so she has heat. There's also a propane stove that's in there as well. And Laurel is sorting twigs so she can burn right now. And the other main thing, hey, is we're going to do this. As you can see here. Hey, Laurel, explain to people how you get your wonderful young body up and down this staircase. Because this is how she gets in and out those concrete cinder blocks, which are very dodgy and precarious. She goes up and down those to get in her house. And as you can see, we have the wood. We bought it from Lowe's yesterday. So as of today, Laurel, God willing, we'll have actual stairs to get into your studio, so you won't kill yourself on this very treacherous sort of like.
Yes, this is
how she gets
body
in.
death that I have to warn everybody about. But I can do it.
Yeah, there it
so
is.
Far.
She gets in, she survives,
Yep.
but we're gonna make that
Coming
better today.
down is actually more exciting, like this.
All right, so that's the next thing. And then while we're at it, Laurel,
Yeah.
do you want to pause and give them a quick tour of the inside of the houses so that we can
No,
do that?
no, my house is a mess right now.
All right, so we'll do that on a later day.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I agree. My house is messy too. I don't want to come visitors. What we are going to go look at is the main house. And the main house is the one that has the kitchen, has all the appliances in it. And we're just going to give you a quick overview of what the current status is. And as you can see, the current status to get into this place, again, cinder block, brick, right? Just simple getting in here. And we're going to get in here and I'll show you how Laurel's living in this house before we get construction. Yeah. All right, so this is the main house, and you can see there's a whole bunch of appliances, refrigerator, stove, da-da-da. And this is Laurel and her temporary kitchen setup, which is beautiful, little kitchen Coleman stove. This is where she cooks food.
Gourmet meals. This is the before.
This is totally before, this is not after. And you see there's the loft up there. There's a lot of work to be done. We're capturing this as sort of a before and after sort of idea, right? And so she has, again, sort of a mash of pantry stuff, just temporary right now. Here's the wood stove for the bigger wood stove for the main house.
Big, beautiful, expensive wood stove.
Yay.
Should really put it out.
And yeah, and then basically this is just a sort of a storage for right now until later next week when we're going to start actually framing in the bathroom at the back and the kitchen and such in here. But we just wanted to capture
this corner is in the back is the beginning of my prepper accumulation of a few things. So if everything goes to shit, I can still shit.
There we go. So Laurel has achieved gold level status prepper here, so we are all set on that level. All right, well, anyway, that was that. I just wanted to show a quick tour of the main house and give you an update as where we are. And stay tuned, more things to happen. Hey Laurel, we got stairs. Look at that. They're kind of steep, but what do you think?
Hey, very broad. They're beautiful. Yes, they are steep, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nothing's easy around here, right? We've got to keep it fun and exciting.
It's not.
So there we go. You can sit there and have a nice cup of coffee or tea or your whatever, right?
Very nice.
Yay!
Very nice.
I just got to finish that top tread and then we'll be all set.
And that wide top tread will be a very nice addition.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yay. Cool.
Oh, I think that's great. Yes.
Here we go. The final stairs. Added that top piece at the top there. So now the stairs are complete. And yeah, they are a little bit steep. Actually, a lot of it steep. But you know what? Everything in this place is a bit exciting and fun. So there it is. Super exciting. Now we have amazing stairs to walk up to get into the studio. Look at that. How fun. Dropping a little update since the stairs. There's a few updates to be noted. One funny note. Long story short is those are the first stairs I've ever built. And I thought they looked a bit strange. Laurel and I both thought they looked a little strange. And what we realized is that I put them in backwards. Partly because of my own fault, but also partly because Lowe's advised us backwards is for what it is, right? So to fix that, long story short, I just say, thank you, Mom, my mom, Rosemary, thank you, because she helped us, without going into the story, help us get brand new stringers, a new stair, and new material to make those stairs proper. So basically, they're upside down, so the treads, the bottom part of the tread should be the riser, and the riser should be the tread, and it's backwards. So I'm going to fix that in time. Regardless, we got the material to do that. The other big thing that happened yesterday, and as you can see, this is the 50-gallon cistern that's on the studio here. This is what we did to hook it up. We got these two Y branches coming in together, and it kicks it down and out. And yesterday we got a good chunk of rain. You can't quite see this, but there's a there's it's literally half full. So that's 25 gallons of water there, which is super exciting. Actually, no, I do take that back. It's brimming full. Oh my God, it's literally brimming full. That's why. That's crazy. This thing is completely full. And so that's one thing. And I'll show you the other cistern here. Here is the larger cistern. You can see this is really well, a little more than halfway full. And this is how we set this one up. Again, another Y branch. This is going to be the permanent setup here. Y branch, this is from this side of the roof, and that one comes from the other side of the roof into a Y branch and then drops down into this tank. And we also added this screen here, as you can see, to keep the leaves from falling out, because there's plenty of leaves here. And then just to access it, we'll open up that spigot, and in time I'm going to eventually put a pump on this to pump it into this house so that she can have active water and active sink and such. So those are a few updates that I wanted to offer, and yeah, just getting you up to speed there. Other major update is, you can see here underneath these tarps is 2 racks, half a face cord of completely dried oak. So with Laurel having her wood stove going in the studio, we now have a bunch of dry wood for her to burn. There is wood on the property to be harvested. Whether or not it's good or not, we don't know yet. I'm thinking it's not. But regardless, we have a bunch of dry oak. Keep her nice and warm at night as it's starting to get colder. And yeah, again, just lots happening on this property. We also got a delivery yesterday for the insulation for the studio house, for the ceiling to start insulating, just to help keep her warm in that house. And we haven't gotten that in yet, but that'll be one of the next projects to be done. And with that, yeah, we had a fun dance with the electrical company. There's gonna be a whole video completely dedicated to the electrical saga, is what I'm calling it. I'll show a quick clip here of just the electrical people coming and digging more holes for the poles, electrical poles to be coming. And unfortunately, I had to lose a few major trees that Laurel and I both really liked a lot. Regardless, progress is happening. So there it is, little by little, little by little. So that is the end, my friend, of this video. Just some miscellaneous to-dos around the property, the smaller bits, and there will be some other larger videos to check out if you haven't already. They'll get posted in time. One being the electrical saga, which may be next video. And after that, there's some plumbing and framing videos to come. So stay tuned. The journey will continue here in Tennessee. So thank you all for listening. And if you haven't already, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the wonderful journeys of the traveling boatie. Be well, everyone. Take care.